Never stay after midnight in room 313. There's an unspoken rule at the old Gracefield Inn: no one, not staff or guest, stays in room 313 after midnight. The rule isn't printed, not even mentioned during check-in, but locals whisper it like a prayer. I didn't believe in ghost stories until I broke the rule. I was on a cross-country trip, escaping something I didn't want to admit was stalking me: loneliness, guilt, maybe a little bit of both. Gracefield was nestled at the edge of a forest no one had cleared in decades. It looked like it belonged to another century: wrought iron balconies, yellowing wallpaper, and a front desk bell that sounded like it had rung through time. They offered me room 313, and something about the way the receptionist hesitated made me ask, why not? She blinked, smiled, and handed me the key. "Just don't be there after midnight," she said, her voice casual, but her eyes begged me to listen. At first, room 313 was just a room. Slightly colder, maybe. The curtains didn't quite close. The mirror over the dresser had a slight shimmer, like heat rising off asphalt. But it was clean, and I was tired. I ignored the innkeeper's warning. Then came 12:03 a.m. I was awoken by the faint sound of dragging. Like nails on old wood. I sat up, heart pounding, and the room was thick with stillness. Then I saw it, the mirror shimmered again. But this time, something stepped through. Not into the room, but within the mirror. It looked like me, same clothes, same face, but its eyes were hollow, and its mouth moved in jerky, silent screams. It pressed its palms to the inside of the glass like it was trapped, or trying to push through. I ran to the door. It didn't open. The light bulb flickered, and I felt something behind me, breathing, close. I didn't turn around. Instead, I focused on the mirror. The thing mimicked every move, until I tried to cry. Then it smiled. I blacked out. I don't know for how long. When I woke up, it was morning. The door opened easily. I stumbled out, pale and shaking. The innkeeper looked at me with pity and handed me a folded piece of paper. "Most don't make it out. Remember the rules next time." The note had only 5 sentences, all handwritten, all rules that chilled me to the bone. Rules for surviving room 313. 1. Never look into the mirror after midnight. If you do, it sees you. And then it remembers. 2. Do not speak your name aloud after 12 a.m. Names are power. It uses yours to hollow you out. 3. If you hear knocking from inside the closet, do not answer. It's not trying to get out. It's trying to invite you in. 4. Stay awake. If you fall asleep, it dreams through your body. 5. Leave before 3:13 a.m. If you're still there when the time matches the number, you become the next reflection. I checked out immediately. I didn't ask for a refund. I didn't tell anyone. I just drove, fast, without a destination, with the rearview mirror turned away. But sometimes, when the sky is darkest and the road is quiet, I catch something shimmering in the side mirror. A smile. A flicker. A copy. And I know I'm still being followed. I've thrown away every mirror I've owned since that night. Car mirrors, bathroom mirrors, compact ones in gas station bathrooms, I smashed them all. People think I'm insane. Maybe I am. But once you've seen your own reflection smile without your face moving, you understand how fragile your mind really is. You start to question what parts of yourself are real, and what parts have already been taken. A few weeks after leaving Gracefield, I started noticing the static. Not on the radio. Not on the TV. In people. I'd be talking to a cashier, a stranger, or even a barista, and for a brief second, their features would flicker, like a weak signal losing connection. Their smile would twitch into a frozen grimace, eyes glazed over like bad reception. Then it'd go back to normal. The first time it happened, I thought it was exhaustion. The 10th time, I stopped making eye contact with anyone. And the dreams. God, the dreams. I'm always in that room. The lights are off, and there's something moving just beyond the edge of my vision. Not walking, crawling. It whispers things in a voice that almost sounds like mine but reversed, like it's coming from a radio tuned wrong. Let me finish what we started. I always wake up sweating, bleeding from my nose, or with bruises I can't explain. Sometimes I wake up somewhere else entirely. I once came to in a motel 2 states away, the bathroom mirror shattered, and a message smeared across the wall in something brown encrusted. It's still midnight somewhere. I tried going back to Gracefield once. I thought maybe, if I returned the way I came, I could undo it. Or at least confront it. But the town was gone. Completely. The GPS took me to a stretch of forest, Nothing but overgrown trees and silence, not even ruins. I asked around at nearby gas stations. No one had heard of it. No records. No archives. Gracefield Inn had vanished, like it had never existed. The only proof I had was the paper with the rules, and even that had begun to fade like old ink in rain. Then came the copy. It started small, glimpses in store windows, thinking someone was tailing me, hearing footsteps match my own at night. But the scariest part wasn't seeing it. It was when people started confusing it for me. My neighbor waved at it one evening. Said I'd helped her with groceries earlier that morning. I hadn't. I'd been locked in my apartment, triple-checking every door. A coworker sent me a picture of me at a bus stop, smiling with a little girl I've never seen in my life. That was the last time I went outside in daylight. The worst was my mother. She called one night, sobbing, begging me to stop showing up at her house. She said I stood outside her window, smiling. Not knocking, not talking, just watching. For hours. She told me my face was wrong. My smile too wide. My eyes. Empty. I haven't spoken to her since. Last night, I tried to end it. I doused my apartment in gasoline, lit a match, and waited. The flames rose high, and I welcomed them, thinking I could burn it out of me. But I didn't die. I woke up in a new apartment. Same furniture, same clothes, but not the same view outside. This window looks out onto a motel parking lot I don't recognize. The calendar says it's still the same date. But the time on my watch hasn't moved since 3:13 a.m. And there's one last rule. One I was never told. I found it written under my bed last night, carved deep into the wood. Final rule. Once it sees you, you never really leave room 313. The door to my apartment is locked again. I can hear it pacing in the hallway, dragging its fingers across the wood. There's a mirror on the wall across from me. I covered it days ago, but now the sheet is gone. I see it now, my reflection, standing perfectly still, even though I'm shaking. It's smiling. And it just blinked. I don't remember falling asleep. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I slipped into whatever space the room exists in, what some would call dreaming, but I know better now. Waking up isn't real anymore. I came to, crouched in the corner, nails torn from scratching at the wallpaper like a trapped animal. The mirror was still uncovered. But now there were two of me. The first one, the one that blinked, was closest to the glass, still smiling. The second stood behind it, head tilted unnaturally, twitching like a corrupted video file. My throat was raw from screaming, though I don't remember making a sound. I think the scream happened in the reflection. I don't dare break the mirror anymore. I've learned that's how it gets out. I spent the next few hours, or days, I can't tell anymore, marking the walls with tally marks. Not to count time. Just to remind myself I exist. That I am me. But the tally marks fade. Like chalk washed off in rain. Or like something is cleaning them up when I blink. I found a second note under the carpet. Burnt edges, faded writing. It was addressed to me. You are not the first. You are not the last. But you are cracking faster than most. Do not trust your thoughts. Do not follow the voice. Do not answer the knock at the back of your mind. If it offers you peace, that is your signal to run. The real horror isn't dying. It's being forgotten. I called my old friend Matt last night. He didn't remember me. Not vaguely, not even like a friend lost to time. He didn't even recall my name. Sorry, dude. Wrong number. His voice had a faint echo behind it, like a recording, or someone else was on the line, breathing shallowly. I hung up. Threw the phone in the bathtub. Watched it sizzle. I started writing letters to myself. Hiding them in random places, under floorboards, inside cereal boxes, between pages of books, just in case I ever forget who I am. But one letter came back. Same handwriting. Same tone. Only. I never wrote it. You're tired. Let me take over. You don't need to suffer anymore. You don't need to be anymore. Let go. Be the reflection. Be quiet now. I'm almost done learning how to smile. The mirror is no longer a flat surface. It's bulging. Like the glass is slowly pushing forward, warping. It reflects the room, but not correctly. Furniture moves on its own in there. My reflection never blinks now. It just watches. Studies. Mimics. But sometimes I catch it practicing my voice. Not quite right. Like a ventriloquist with bad lips. My own voice turned inside out. I've heard whispers that some who escaped 313 found freedom by trading places, dragging someone else into the mirror's world. Replacing themselves. I didn't believe it. But now I see my hands. They're not my hands. They're smoother. Too clean. Like I've never worked a day in my life. Like I've just been watching. Waiting. I think it's already halfway through. I see myself on TV now. In news interviews. On podcasts. In crowds. Always just far enough to not make sense, but always smiling that same impossible smile. I know it's spreading. I know what's coming. This is my last attempt. If you're reading this, do not look at your reflection. Do not trust your memories. And above all, if your reflection blinks before you do, it's already too late.